America Election News 2024. Trump declares Facebook an enemy of the people. He buys commercials on it too. An ad that recently ran on Facebook featured Trump reaching for an American flag and gave users the opportunity to win it. During his Monday appearance on CNBC's Squawk Box, Donald Trump advertised his new sneakers, discussed cryptocurrency, and attempted to justify his complete about-face on a TikTok ban. Another target of the former president's wrath was Facebook, which he dubbed the enemy of the people. Trump did leave out one detail on Facebook, though. He is still spending money on ads on the site. Trump stated on Monday that he views Facebook and many members of the media as enemies of the people. Ads supporting Trump are still costing a pretty penny, according to Facebook's Ad Library, a public resource for understanding the platform's ad targeting practices. In 2019, Facebook responded to complaints regarding its lack of transparency regarding political campaigns' online efforts to influence voters by launching the Ad Library. A few examples of Trump's recent Facebook ads include ones promoting his rally in Georgia, one celebrating his decision to be on the Colorado ballot by the Supreme Court, and a video offering Facebook users the chance to win a flag that Trump once hugged in exchange for a donation to his campaign. The president's visit on CNBC was a complete rambling. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, he voiced his displeasure with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg by spreading a fake conspiracy theory regarding the widespread use of ballot drop boxes. With $500 million in Zuckerbucks, he installed lockboxes on Facebook. Well, in my opinion, it's against the law, Trump said, his voice trembling. Apparently, the lockboxes are a program run by the nonprofit organization that got $350 million from Mark Zuckerberg, the Center for Tech and Civic Life, according to NPR. Local governments were able to use the funds to purchase personal protective equipment, PPE, for poll workers and install ballot boxes so that mail-in voters could drop off their ballots, among other instruments that assisted manage elections during the exceptional COVID-19 pandemic challenges. On Monday, Trump seemed to stumble and repeat himself when discussing his conspiracy theory. This is noteworthy because the previous president had mocked President Joe Biden for similar rhetorical gaffes over the weekend. However, you're aware that they incarcerate individuals when their campaign expenditure exceeds $5,600, and they do the same when their expenditure is $200 or more. Pay attention to Dinesh D'Souza. For a couple of $100, they threw them in prison. But this person spends $500 million and escapes punishment. Impressive, Trump gushed. Despite extensive debunking in court and beyond, D'Souza's 2022 documentary 200 Mules continued to spread false information about alleged election fraud in 2020. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, filed charges against D'Souza in 2014 alleging that he had lied about donating $20,000 to political campaigns in other people's names. In 2018, Trump pardoned D'Souza despite his guilty plea. In his Monday interview, CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin also brought up Trump's previous remarks about TikTok, noting that the former president had a completely different perspective on the platform when he was in office. A lot of people are wondering if Trump's friendship with Republican megadonor Jeff Yass, a millionaire who has a huge stake in ByteDance, the parent firm of TikTok, had anything to do with his sudden change of heart on the matter late last week. However, I must ask you, Mr. President, is TikTok a danger to our nation's security? Because if that's the case, and I take it your emergency powers order from back then implied as much, wouldn't that be correct? In reference to the presidential order that Trump signed, Sorkin inquired. Once again, Trump attempted to redirect the interview's attention to Facebook by deflecting. Indeed, I have that view. Affirmative, Trump said. Furthermore, we must prioritize preserving the personal information and privacy of the American people. With that, I concur. While it is true that we face this issue with various. Not only does Facebook have that issue, but so do a number of other corporations. They deal with China, and they'll do what China wants. They get information, a lot of stuff. In response to legal challenges to Trump's executive order, Biden rescinded it so that his administration could undertake its own security review. In the event that ByteDance, a company with Chinese ownership, does not divest, Biden has publicly stated his support for a TikTok ban. Trump made an effort to change the very public record of his campaign to have TikTok banned. However, as the 2024 election approaches in November of this year, it will be fascinating to observe whether the Trump campaign opts to cease advertising on Facebook. Trump has not stopped spending or soliciting donations as of yet. Would you be so kind as to volunteer $5, $10, or even $25? The latest ad from Trump reads, "We can restore American greatness and retake the White House with the help of your contribution."